a 6'4" forward from Arizona. Chicago Bulls.
Footer Holmgren and the 6'10" Buzzellis picked by OKC. Who finds Guerschon Yabusele with Okoro, Buzzellis, and Tre Jones. Strong, balanced effort in the victory over Milwaukee on Sunday. Here's Giddey to Jones for three. And the Thunder grab the rebound. They're without the reigning MVP, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. No Jalen Williams, no Isaiah Hartenstein, no A.J. Mitchell for the Thunder tonight. They have the other Jalen Williams. He'll come in off the bench.
But they are a very deep team. They have no problem playing these guys. I mean, they're one of the
Holmgren, who is number 3 in the NBA in total blocks this year. This is one of the...
They're able to add Caruso to an already strong defensive group. And it hasn't changed this year. They're built to play defense every single night.
Number 1 in efficiency, number 2 in scoring defense behind the Celtics. Here's Giddey, shut off, kick out. Yabusele has cooled off a little bit from 3 since his hot start. Lob inside looking for Holmgren and a whistle as Isaiah.
And then also you see Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, who's a two-way superstar. He's not just a one-dimensional. He does play defense.
He's dealing with an abdominal strain. He's been dealing with that for the better part of a month plus now. Giddey, no. Rebound Yabusele. He'll kick it back out for a Jones triple try.
Bang, bang, bang. And walk right into a three-point shot. Good rebound by Yabusele.
Second chance opportunities were big for the Bulls the other day. Giddey got in there, knocked it off of the leg of Wallace and back to the backcourt. Now Holmgren, he loves the mid-range and he draws a Yabusele foul.
Well, this is the guy we talked about. These guys get these.
With all the injuries that the Thunder are dealing with, the Bulls have a similar injury report as we saw the other day with all their bodies missing per game tonight. After the split, here's Buzzellis. He's picked up by the excellent defender Luguentz Dort. Lou Dort, known as the Dortcher Chamber.
Also known as a dirty player. My goodness.
Well, there were some interesting fireworks when when this team, I should say, met Denver last Friday. Here's a lob for Holmgren from Dort. That's off target. There's some ejections in that contest as well.
Well, he tripped Joker. I mean, clearly not a really good basketball play. Good rebound by the big fella.
Yabusele, a second offensive rebound and a second chance opportunity for the Bulls. Yabusele will try to cash in. And that percentage has dipped down a little bit over the last handful of games. Knocked away. Giddey has it. Looking for help. Into Buzzellis. Out to Okoro for 3. Yabusele slaps it, but Dort flags it down.
Bulls are active on the defensive end.
Here is Dort, pull-up jumper. That's where the Thunder do about as much damage as any team in the NBA. They're the most efficient mid-range team in the league. Jones into Joe and a couple of second-round draft picks. Jones attacking the basket for the first Bulls free throws in the night. Joe are both past the 3,000-point mark. Joe just reached that the other day. All those guys picked like in the 40s and major contributors to their clubs.
Well, and that's why you have to take the second round just as serious as you do the first round, because you can find some really good, talented players.
Holmgren misses. Well, the Thunder have 16 second-round picks over the next 7 years. The Bulls have 13 stockpiled. Okoro's layup rims out. Of course, the Thunder also have 13 first-round picks over the next 7 drafts.
Don't sleep. They could get a top pick this year.
Absolutely, because of the picks they own from prior trades from multiple teams.
Well, imagine if they got A.J. DeManzo.
Buzzellis misses the dunk on his own miss. Yeah, if they get one of the elites of elites, yeah.
Oh, my goodness.
Giddey looking for Buzzellis and out of bounds, a turnover. Or you get a Wilson or a Boozer. Unreal. Case of Wallace, that one rims out. There's Yabusele. Bulls have missed 7 straight. Yabu takes it inside, snaps the streak. Here is Joe. Gets bumped by Giddey and draws the foul. Jones will misses. Had one in the playoffs against the Thunder when he was a member of the Minnesota Timberwolves in what was a blowout game. Miller wasn't paying attention for a moment, got it to Giddey. And then back-to-back games now with double-digit points.
Well, and the thing about Miller is you got to see what he can do. I mean, it doesn't make sense having a 6'11" guy since long arms and long, length to be sitting on the sideline, especially to a team that's trying to establish some young players.
Okoro draws a foul. He'll go to the free throw line tonight.
Sample size that you've seen out of him is that he can run the floor. He can send over from Minnesota. Good coaching staffs. A lot of veteran players over there. They got a chance to be with some good vets as young players, and they understand how to play the game.
There's Jalen Williams, the other Jalen Williams. He's known as J-Will. J-Dub, Jalen Williams is out tonight. Two teams off to a sluggish offensive start. 3 for 19 from the field. Sexton to Yabusele. The Thunder are going to keep letting him shoot until he makes one.
He's wide open.
J-Will take it all the way. Smartly looked off Okoro while he was looking at Wallace, and he finishes the fast break chance.
Well, just because you're open doesn't mean you shoot it every time. There's a reason why you're open, and you've got to be able to move that ball, put the ball on the floor, and create this season. That injury.
With the hamstring strain. Here's Richards inside. He got bumped, lost it per game so far with OKC.
Well, he gives him an outside shooter.
Richards inside off the glass, rebounded by Wallace. Williams, beg your pardon, to Wallace.
Yeah, that was a good pickup for Oklahoma City.
Yeah. Well, he was en route to being Rookie of the Year before he got hurt last year. Then he was dealing with injury at the beginning of this season. A fading jumper. He can fill it up, man. He is an elite player, and he just hasn't had the chance to be in the lineup consistently, either Philadelphia or OKC yet.
Well, and again, Philadelphia, sometimes you give up on guys way too soon. Remember, he was going to be Rookie of the Year before he got hurt. So, again, teams give up on these young players. You got to give them some time to develop. Don't get frustrated with, sometimes you got to look at your own self as far as how you're developing these kids, because he's come here in Oklahoma City and played really, really well.
And another double-figure performance against Dallas the other day. Tough try by Aaron Wiggins, rebounded by the Bulls. Both teams struggling early. The Bulls are 2 of 15. The Thunder are 3 of 11 from the field.
This is where you really miss Shai Gilgeous-Alexander.
Sure. When things get a little stuck, a foul is called on Richards here. 20 free throws made this year. That leads the NBA. Jalen Williams knocks down a 3. That's a smooth shot from a 40%.
Well, he doesn't get a lot of the playing time because you got Hartenstein there, but the injury to Hartenstein has allowed him to get some minutes.
Sexton answers. He had a big... There is Dort against Giddey. Pull-up Jay off to the right. Richards the board. And look at the hassle by Wiggins. He just hustled his way to a steal. Williams a 3. And the Bulls dodge one there.
You have to play a full 24 seconds with this team.
Top 4 in the league in steals. Number 5 in the league in blocks. Number 1 in deflections. Their hands never stop moving. And then they bring Caruso in off the bench. Here's Richards. Rebound by Dort. They got a bunch of guys hurt tonight, and now they're going to bring Caruso in for better defense.
On somebody else's team, you'd be talking about him in a different light. He is a tremendous player, and he plays this role on this team tremendously.
Year was plagued by injury and had helped the Thunder get to a title last year. His second. There is a second 3.
Nation was too far. They left him in the corner by himself.
You got Sexton, Miller, Buzelis, Richards, and Jones, the 5 out there. Sexton throws out.
That's a nice pass.
Punches it down. Now Kenrich Williams comes in off the bench for the Thunder. Here's McCain. Nice one over the rim.
He is very good offensively.
Yep.
He's a good pickup.
Favorite dunking race later on in the game. Her name's Ruthie Polinsky.
Yeah, we've heard of her.
I don't know if you've heard of her.
Very excited to hear this tonight, my friend. Excellent stuff from Matas Buzelis, who gets the deuce. His mom is 5'10". Christina, who played for a bunch of youth national teams in Lithuania. His grandmother, Elena, is one of the all-time great Lithuanian handball players. He contests the shot from Wallace there. On the outlet, here comes Sexton. And working on Caruso, takes it in and unable to finish. We talked about Matas' family and the great athletic history they have, both men and women in his family. Here's McCain, that's a 3. That won't go. Kenrich Williams is able to beat Richards for the offensive rebound. Now McCain gets the handoff, another try. And Richards this time clears it. Modis trying to get free. Give and go with Richards. Back to him. Inside. Lays it in. Here's Caruso. The attack reverses it up. And whistle. From the fundamentals of basketball and have some fun. And visit bulls.com/youthhoops to sign up today. Well, it's going to be the equivalent to a mini stroke last year. So our best to Alex's growing family. His parents, Mike and Jackie, two of the wonderful people that we've been fortunate enough to meet and doing the job when we interact with the players and their families. And always good to see AC, one of the great underrated players in this league. Jones no, Williams the board.
Gotta get back here for the Bulls. Load up.
Thunder continue to try to push.
They got three-point shooters out there.
Yep. The Bulls have gotten cross-matched and lost a couple of those guys a few times already. Here's Joe. Sexton gets back on Williams, who's got the size advantage. Caruso fires away. He's shooting about league average. Yabusele's got the rebound. Billy Donovan a few times has implored the Bulls to push the pace a little bit. Yabusele finally hits one.
Bang, bang, bang.
Missed his first 3 tries from out there. He buries that one to make it a 5-point game. What's been a very low-scoring first quarter, in particular for the Thunder, who are a high-scoring team usually. Caruso, no. Jalen Williams is there for the rebound.
Ooh.
Look behind the back for Caruso, who wasn't there, and then Isaiah Joe.
Take a little bit of a
little hit tonight. Yeah,
they're missing 73 points out of their lineup.
Yeah, 4 of those guys. Gilgeous-Alexander, #2 in the league, with 31+ points a game. Only Luka Doncic averages more. There's a throwaway by Miller.
Well, right now Oklahoma City's in a 2-3 matchup. Well, I guarantee you, if those guys needed to play, it was a game 7, they're playing. I guarantee you that Shai Gilgeous-Alexander is not going to miss a playoff game. They're just being more cautious right now because they've got so much depth.
Yeah.
They can sit these guys for periods of time. And plus, they know what they got with those guys.
Yeah. They don't need to worry about it. They're
bang, bang, bang.
Nice smooth stroke. He's 2 for 2. Now, they have the luxury of being able to sit these guys. They have the #1 bench in the NBA, #1 bench net rating. Their defense doesn't really drop off with their bench guys. And now they got this guy to add on in McCain, who's missed a few from outside. Buzelis with the rebound and was hoping to draw a Caruso foul. Last win coming in 2022 against the Thunder.
That's deep.
From Isaiah Joe, who's been red hot since the start of February. He had a very poor shoot.
Gets a lot of attention.
Of course.
And he's a really willing passer, unselfish. And he'll get his teammates involved.
SGA #2 in usage behind Luka. Caruso took it in. Good defense there by the Bulls. Made it a tough shot. Giddey and Buzelis out there together with Yabusele, Dillingham, and Sexton. And McCain just stripped that ball from Buzelis. Caruso takes it to the cup and draws a foul.
I tell you, McCain is just hang with Benny the Bull and more. For more details, visit bulls.com. They get to where they're supposed to be. They match up very quickly, and they don't allow.
Already 5 fast break points for the Thunder. They have 12 points off 7 turnovers. They lead the NBA in that category. Yabusele.
Oh, get the body kick. Yeah, it didn't have the same
rhythmic appeal at times in that song.
But you know what? They will figure it out.
You always do, man.
Figure it out.
There's Caruso hitting the deck to save that ball. That's a couple times already AC's been on the floor. Look at Holmgren powering through and using. I mean, he is all of 7'1", and he's got the reach to show it.
Well, he's that new breed of centers.
Yep.
And Wemby's the same way. They both have skills of a forward.
That's who Holmgren lost Rookie of the Year to a couple of years ago.
What a
nice
rebound
by Dillingham. Smallest player on the floor right there. Fakes the 3, hands to Giddey. Spins to the cup, floats it over Holmgren, but it rims out. For Kenrich Williams, look at how quickly the Thunder are trying to push. Williams attacks, leaves it in the corner for Joe. That's the guy that they want.
He's been a consistent outside shooter since he's come in this league.
Okoro, nice switch to the right hand, and then off. Here's McCain. He sees the mismatch with Yabusele and draws a foul on this huge stockpile. They decided, hey, we want to take a flyer on this guy. We believe in him, and he has fitted very well in his first handful of games, couple handfuls of games so far. Here's Kenrich Williams, the veteran. The jump shot won't go. Giddey the rebound. Holmgren and Okoro hit the deck. Here's Dillingham. Attacks. Looking for Leonard to make forward roll with the Thunder. Looking for the assist for Okoro, and that's another layup missed by the Bulls so far. Just a couple close range. Nice shot by Dillingham to get in there. And almost Roger win that at least gives a better feeling to what was going on after 11 straight losses. Holmgren, no, got his own miss, had it pinned up against the glass, battled against Miller, and still drew.
Gives him problems defensively is Wemby.
Yeah.
Everybody else, he pretty much has his way when and it's carried over to the league. It's a good, healthy. While it's not a dislike.
Good for the league.
It's good for the league.
Yeah. To see some of these young guys, the Edwards, the Holmgrens, the Wembys of the world, taking these challenges on against these guys they're starting to consider to be their contemporaries and rivals.
This is why I said the All-Star game is going to be totally different in about 5 years.
Yeah, I'm with you on that.
It's going to be going back to being much more competitive. Guys like Wemby and Chet Holmgren, and you're going to have a Cooper Flag in there. You're going to have guys out there that want to compete to see who's the best.
Yabusele has already taken 7 shots. He's the first player in this game into double figures. And it's still a 5-point game. But Dillingham tried to go behind the back and banged it off of the heel of his foot.
Pass.
Oh, Yabusele got back to deter Kenrich Williams, who recovers out to Jalen Williams. That's short. Bulls dodge another one, despite some sloppy play in this first half again. 8 more turnovers for the Bulls in this first half. Here is Giddey, way off. Holmgren the rebound. The Bulls have turned it over 132 times in the last 26 quarters. That is a dreadful number. That was a dreadful layup from Williams.
Back to back.
Giddey finally puts one in. Both teams with some ugly offense.
Yeah, Kendrick Williams with 2 blown layups.
21 per game since coming back from the break.
I tell you what, Oklahoma City's run last year was historic. A lot of people thought they were a year too soon, but now they got a chance to repeat it. I just see it every other year, kind of like San Antonio when they'd win a championship, they wouldn't win another for 2 years. I kind of think that's going to be the trend. Oklahoma City has a team to do it.
He was right there, creeping in on the Thunder.
And they're close. They are close. They've beaten them, what, 4 times this year?
Yep, and there's a big part of me that would love to see OKC San Antonio. Denver the other night, last Friday, they did not play SGA in overtime. They ended up winning that game with, Lou Dort and Jokic getting into it. Dort eventually got ejected due to a flagrant 2. That could be an interesting series. Well, after missing 3 straight, he's made 3 straight from outside. And it's down to a 1-point game. Bulls have led briefly in this contest. Thunder led by as many as 10. There's Miller guarding Holmgren. Chet still working hard. Great effort by Chet Holmgren to score that one.
Man, he showed you the whole bag right there. The handles.
Giddey flings it for Okoro. It's hard against Jalen Williams. J-Will has the long reach. And now he contests Yabusele, who slingshots a 3 from the corner.
Yabusele is feeling it right now.
Well, he's taken more shots than any player in this game.
He's got 7 of the 18 shots from the 3.
Wallace, Williams. Rotation. That's the guy in and out. Rebound Yabusele. Here comes Dillingham. Leaves it for Yabusele. Drives in and punches it.
I tell you what, he's active tonight. You gotta like that if you're Billy Donovan.
Here's Joe, another long one. And there is great effort from Dort, who slaps it up for another chance. Joe Dillingham quickly down. He misses a quick 3. Lob up ahead. Joe is able to catch and lay it in. Quickly up to 6 again for the Thunder, past the halfway point of the second. Giddey, the cross, into Dort, stumbles and kicks. Miller, the lefty. That's a bang, bang, bang.
Those 3 games he played, he's got extreme confidence now.
Joe.
Give him an opportunity to put the ball on the floor.
Now he drives and scores.
I tell you what, he's got some spring. He plays a very high-level game as far as his hops. Ooh, nice.
Back for Joe.
Like they do. Hardest thing to do. They can pass.
Busele to Okoro. Yeah, Hartenstein is among their top 4 assists. Averages 3.5 a game. Another Bulls turnover, their 9th.
We got to post up with a hard.
Joe missed it from 3. Miller the rebound.
When we talk about close-knit teams, you talk about Detroit having a
chemistry. They spent all their time together. Giddy talked to us about that. He was a part of that when they were coming up together. All these guys have grown up. Busele have those post-game interviews where they're all together. They're all barking. There's a nice finish by Wiggins.
Wiggins is another nice find by them. Boy, he's a big-time scorer.
Yeah, and our buddy Nick Gallo, who is in. Jones, Okoro, Buzelis, and Sexton around the big man.
I'm low. I'm low.
Sexton attacks, gets to the paint. He was purposefully driving that time. And
.com. Learn more at bulls.com/city.
You got a lot of different guys. You're getting a lot of different types of looks right now for both of these teams. And Stacey, you talked about they have had the 3rd most games lost to injury.
Yeah.
And it's not as if they have, other than their rookie Thomas Sorber, nobody else. It's not as if anybody's got a season-ending injury so that they're on that list all the time. Dort misfires. It's different guys missing time over the course of the year, and yet here they are. They've been so consistent with their depth.
Well, again, I mean, they're one of the deepest teams in the league, and they play all their guys. You know, this is not a surprise to Oklahoma City and their fan base. They play these guys every night.
Yep. Well, Jalen Williams has obviously missed a significant chunk of the season. He's one of their most important players. Right now, it's a hamstring strain. Before, it was a wrist. Dort all the way to the cup.
And no rotation that time. He had the direct line to the basket from the baseline.
Wide open run to the rim. The Bulls have missed all those games due to injuries all year. That was counting some of the guys that were here before the trades. Buzelis hits his first 3 of the night.